What's going on? Mitchell Renz, Tom Downey here. You're watching NFL Daily on Chat Sports. And to get on today's show, use hashtag NFL to get your quarterback questions on today's show, Tom. We're doing an NFL quarterback Q&A. But before we get some questions on the show, name a team that needs a new quarterback. Everyone right now,
the Raiders.
Spam it. Get out of here. Spam it in the comments section. Name a team that needs a new quarterback. Got a lot of people watching us right now. Troy Daniels, Jeff Rogers, Noah Stanley. In all honesty, Tom, name a team that needs
Tell you
a
what,
new
Mitch, I
quarterback.
can guarantee you that Derek Carr will not be an Oakland Raider next season.
Guarantee it?
Guarantee it.
For Chucky
Yeah,
heads.
how much do you want to bet?
I'll bet you $10.
$10, let's go.
How about this? How about actually
How about
a six-pack?
$20?
Six-pack of beer.
Six-pack, let's go.
Six-pack of beer.
Mitch is an idiot. They're going to be the Las Vegas Raiders next year. Free six-pack, let's go.
Oh, man. All right, Tom got me. So if you're shouting out a team that needs a potential quarterback like the Bengals, the Giants, I'm seeing all these teams in here. These are some potential quarterback options, Tom, in 2020. You have Cam Newton. Now, he's not a free agent. A team could potentially trade for him. Or as you alluded to at the beginning of the show, maybe the Panthers should keep him because Kyle Allen has just turned out to be Kyle Allen.
Yeah, who could have seen that one coming?
Teddy Bridgewater, Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, Phillip Rivers, also some notable names that could be there in 2020 as free agents. Now, I'm seeing a comment rolling here from Edwin Sosa. He says to cut Derek Carr. Now,
Thoughts,
Edwin,
Mitch?
two things. One, get a picture. Two, cutting Derek Carr costs the Raiders like $27 million against the cap. That's just something that I don't think
Let's
is
just assume he
very
means,
effective.
let's say he means once
Next
the year
year?
ends. Yeah.
So
'cause
once
I'm
it
on-
ends
yeah.
next year, then Edwin, I mean, you really only have to pay Carr $21.5, but if you cut him, it does actually only cost the Raiders $5 million against the dead cap hit. Seeing
that
something else rolling here from Jared Sanchez. Will Devlin Duck Hodges lead the Steelers to the playoffs? I mean,
Well,
they're 7 and 5 right now.
They're 7-5. They've got
Six
what
in
a game lead, or I guess they're tied with Tennessee right now for the wild cards. But they've got the Cardinals, the Bills, the Jets, and the Ravens. I mean, they're gonna get to 9 wins. The question is, do they get to 10 wins by beating probably the Bills at home, or maybe Baltimore's out of the playoff race? So I don't know if they're gonna want to.
All right, let me ask everyone who's watching us right now.
Baltimore's clinched their playoff.
Do the Steelers feel like a playoff team? Type Y for yes or type N for no, because
the
it is a
AFC?
hard no.
In the AFC, yes, they are.
You can't tell me you look at the Steelers team right now and you're like, that's a playoff.
Okay, well, who do you put in instead of them?
I mean, I think the Titans are a much better football team.
I might take Pittsburgh. I've kind of flipped on that as of late.
Oh, my God. All right, how about this?
It's one of those two, though.
Type
That's the
T
thing.
for Tennessee or type P for Pittsburgh. Who would you rather have in the playoffs? I just don't see the Steelers as a playoff team, Tom. Call me crazy.
And they're going to be the 7th seed at worst.
Let's go to Jacob.
Seed.
What up, Jacob? How you doing, my man? Is Drew Lock the Broncos' answer at quarterback?
I mean, he made some nice plays, right?
He looked good.
I thought he looked fine there in the end.
Hopefully that's your wife's hair.
Yeah, I don't, probably. Who knows anymore? I mean, the numbers were not great. 18 of 28 for only 134 yards. You saw some promise. This is a kid who hasn't really practiced this year because of injuries. So for his first game, I thought you saw more than enough positives to hope he continues to show more of them down the road. Denver, with that win, probably going to be just deep enough in the draft where they're not going to be in true quarterback range.
Let's go to Noah Stanley, one of our most loyal watchers. What up, my man? What are the chances
Take that L.
of Teddy Bridgewater leaving the Saints? Yep, I can't read.
I would say decently high. The problem for Bridgewater and the Saints is purely about money. Like, Drew Brees is going to count something like $10 million on their cap next year, so they're already tight on money at that point. Bridgewater took less this year to stay in New Orleans than to go to the Miami Dolphins, which, great move on his part, but that's worked out really well for Teddy. But what if Drew Brees wants to come back?
He's going to come back.
Do you move on from – no. You can't – I don't think you can pay Drew Brees. He's going to demand quite a bit of money. Bridgewater's going to get $25 million easily on the open market with the way quarterbacks get paid. So a team like the Bucs or the Titans or even the Panthers, Chargers, those guys on there, all those teams could be shuffling quarterbacks. Someone will offer Bridgewater a bunch of money. Does he want to take less to stay with the Saints with Sean Payton? I'm not sure.
Let's go to MTX Official, who's got a question around the Atlanta Falcons and Matt Ryan. Should the Falcons dump Matty Ice and look towards the future?
If you're dumping Matt Ryan, blow up the entire team.
Yeah,
Because at that point, there's no point in having even a high-priced guy like Julio Jones. What's the point?
None.
Just dump him. Like, dump the entire team. So I actually don't know if you should dump Matt Ryan.
I think you keep Matt Ryan. I don't really think Matt Ryan or even that Falcons offense has been the issue. I just think they have so many other things going on with that team with injuries, and not a big fan of Dan Quinn.
Okay,
Fire Dan Quinn. But
I just pulled up his contract numbers. You can't do it. you can't cut him. Not that you would ever cut Matt Ryan, but just to throw this out there, if you were to cut Matt Ryan, his dead cap next year,
oh my God,
$63.4 million, double any other quarterback. So you could trade him, but you're still losing an extra $10 million what you were to be paying him. So you are keeping Matt Ryan.
Wow,
There's your answer.
That's a lot of dough.
That's why we look at the contract numbers.
Let's go to Jeff Rogers. Should the Raiders use a first-round pick on a quarterback or try and get Carr a true number one receiver? F-A-B.
There you go.
I don't think that they should pick up a quarterback in the first round. I still think that you look to go out and get a potential wide receiver in that first round. I mean, a Henry Ruggs,
You've
a
got
CD
2
Lamb.
firsts.
You do have 2 firsts. You also have 3 thirds.
You're also not going to be drafting early enough to get a.
That's the thing. Like,
top
I don't
2
really
guy.
think that going out and getting a player like a Tua or a Herbert is what I would do. I would stick with Derek Carr and get a number 1 wide receiver. But
What if you took Henry Ruggs and then Tua, first round?
if there's one thing that scares me, especially being a Raiders
Just throw 'em out
fan,
there.
it's a player that's got a bad hip.
A quarterback with injuries.
Yeah, man.
That's
not
fair.
not trying
That's
to do it. Jeff, appreciate the question. I want to give a special shout out now to BetDSI, the internet's #1 sports book. So if you guys like betting on NFL games, college football, NBA, there is one place to do it and one place only. That's at BetDSI. You got to go to chatsports.com/bet. Once you go there, use that promo code NFL120 for 120% deposit bonus. So, Tom, when you put down $50, you're going to get $60 for free.
That's how the math works.
It's a pretty damn good deal. Let's go to Jacob. What up, Jacob? Will the NFL view Jalen Hurts in a different way because of Lamar Jackson, even though they are different players? See, I like this question. We saw this one flow in here. I mean, right now, Lamar Jackson, I think you would have to argue, is the favorite to win MVP. He's been absolutely sensational. Jalen Hurts at Alabama, then goes to Oklahoma. Is he just a product of Oklahoma's system? I mean, do you think Jalen Hurts is going to get viewed a different way?
I think it certainly doesn't hurt. Like when you see that, I'll just generalize here and say that mold of quarterback have success versus sucking, then like, okay, teams be maybe a little bit more willing there, especially at the higher end decision makers who maybe aren't exactly doing all the scouting there. You're right, Jacob. They are different players. I don't necessarily think a team is going to look at Jalen Hurts and say, oh, that's our Lamar Jackson. To be quite honest, Lamar is not the runner, and Jalen Hurts is not the thrower that Lamar is either. So I think he's a lesser prospect in both areas, but I think it will help teams in the end.
Okay, let's go to my man Corrupt88. What free agent quarterback would most likely end up a Raider should they decide to move on from DC4? Well, it's a good question. Here's some notable names that we have for y'all. So, I mean, you could look at a Cam Newton if they wanted to trade for him. Teddy Bridgewater, Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, Phillip Rivers, some other notable names there. Ryan Tannehill is going to be a free agent in 2020. Will the Titans hang on to him? Andy Dalton could be a trade candidate. Case Keenum. And then the guy that always gets thrown into the mix somehow is Colin Kaepernick. So for everyone who's watching us right now, how about this question we're going to hit you with? Who's the better quarterback? Okay? Who's the better quarterback? Type K for Kaepernick or type M for Marcus Mariota.
I'm going to go with the quarterback who's played in the past couple of seasons, so I'm going to go with my M's for Mariota, who has not been that great as of late.
I mean, Marcus Mariota's definitely not been good whatsoever.
Tennessee kind of broke him.
Sure, but also I think when you look at, Ryan Tannehill, what he's been able to do, I think
that's really surprising.
I think that also magnifies, how bad Marcus Mariota has been.
Yeah.
So Cedric Fuller says Kaepernick. Kevin Thorson says Kaepernick. Corrupt Cole, they're going to go Mariota. Ellen's dad says Kaepernick. I mean, right now it is pretty split.
Come on, guys. He hasn't played in forever.
I don't know.
Come
Seeing
on,
a lot of
man.
Ks, though, Tom. A lot of Ks. Let us know in the comments who's the better quarterback. Let's go to Wolves. Do you think Tom Brady can still win the Super Bowl?
Yes, he can, but it's kind of the defense that's going to win it for the Patriots.
I think we can all agree. We've
That
kind of
offense
seen
isn't
a
the
little bit
same.
of a decline. It wasn't so much of a – I think when people think of quarterback declines, I think we think of like that Peyton Manning, where he went from like
or it falls off
2015 to 2016 or whatever it was, 2014,
Typically,
2015.
it's more gradual, and I think we're seeing that not just with Brady this year. I think
Definitely seeing it with Philip Rivers.
Rivers is going through that, and it's masked because of the way the Saints scheme. We're seeing Drew Brees go through it too.
Yeah.
All three of those quarterbacks are reaching that age where you just don't quite have it in the same way. But yes, you can win with those quarterbacks.
Also, Eli Manning. Kidding. We've been seeing that for years. Let's go to Noah Stanley. Name the big-name quarterbacks you think will retire in the offseason.
Maybe it's Drew Brees, who I just mentioned.
I hope not. I mean, Philip Rivers to me is the one that's glaring.
Yeah. Eli,
I
I don't know if you can call him a big-name quarterback anymore.
I mean, he's got
but
2
Eli,
Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, but he ain't the same guy.
Potential Hall of Famer.
He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
I know, it kills me.
He's going to get the Hall of Fame. The second one's secure.
All right, so name a big-name quarterback. If you guys don't like the names that we mentioned, throw a few in there in the comments section below. So, Tom, I threw this question in here because I was curious. Who is the worst starting quarterback right now in the NFL? Now, you can't say Ryan Finley because technically now Andy Dalton's starting there. So who's the worst starting quarterback in the NFL?
Can I say Mason
Somebody just said
Rudolph, or does that not count?
Nick Foles might retire. Well, no.
Nick Foles going to keep cashing them checks.
Somebody said Noah Stanley. All right, someone said Tom Brady from
Can I
Noah
just say
Stanley.
the Jaguars quarterback? And leave
I
it
mean,
open-ended?
is Gardner the worst starter? You're looking at me weird.
I
What?
mean, Trubisky, maybe.
Drew Lock? I mean, he's a new starter.
It's probably still Trubisky, honestly.
Dwayne Haskins is a name. Mitch Trubisky.
Haskins is pretty bad. Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of Mitches.
Yeah, that's
Seeing a lot of
That's for
Trubisky's.
Trubisky.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. Seeing a lot there.
Just making sure.
So who's the worst starting
Someone
quarterback?
said Danny Dimes, a.k.a. Danny Loose Change.
Hey, man. That's Jason Douglas. 2 things. Get a picture, and yeah, I'm on board with that. So keep letting us know who is the worst quarterback.
Everyone's having Trubisky.
Who's the worst quarterback in the NFL? Now, we have a pretty awesome NFL jersey sale going on right now, and if you guys need some holiday gifts, take advantage of this deal right now because it is a limited time only. Chatsports.com/NFL jersey.
Oh, yeah.
You can get a Tom Brady, you can get a Nick Bosa, but also ton of jerseys, not just the ones that we're showing you on screen, but it is a limited time only. Go get yourself a new holiday gift. Chatsports.com/NFL jersey. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to get a Mitchell Trubisky jersey.
What if it said Mitchell on the back?
Mitchell on the back?
Yeah. Which would make it a custom jersey, but
I think at that rate, I could probably find a Mitchell jersey with that on the back at like
Scott Mitchell Detroit Lions jersey. Who says no?
Ooh, that'd be
I'm
interesting.
going way back into the archives there.
Way back. All right, let's go to Cocaine Cougar. Wow, sounds like my future ex-wife. Ryan Fitzpatrick to the Bears. It's not a question. I think it's a statement.
But why?
Who's better, Ryan Fitzpatrick or Mitchell Trubisky?
Well, which part of the cycle within Ryan Fitzpatrick are we at? Or are we in he was promoted from backup to starter and now he's playing well, or have we hit the kind of the other side of the cycle when they start to be bad again? It's a circle. He's good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. That's just how he is.
Yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I would prefer to go with someone not 35 years old too. Not out there. However old Ryan Fitzpatrick is.
Yeah, he's
37.
Oh boy. Let's go to Corrupt 88. Nick Foles, finesse of the year.
I still think that Dwayne Bowe contract was the finesse of the year. They gave $9 million for 5 games or something insane like that. But this year, there have been a couple of players who have been hurt and haven't played. I might be wrong with these names. I think Robert Alford for the Cardinals and Bryce Callahan for the Broncos got paid this offseason and haven't played. So those guys are the true finesses of the year.
However,
getting paid for not playing.
However, though, the Jags have been better when Nick Foles hasn't played. You're paid him 4 years, $88 million, $50 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
Corrupt, you and I, my man, we're on the same page here. I think Nick Foles was the finesse of the year. Now, we have a goal here at Chat Sports. We're trying to get to 150K subs before January 1st, okay? New year, new us. We're trying to get to 150K subs before January 1st. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure you do. Click that big red button. Make sure you guys subscribe. We got 85 people watching this right now. I don't know if all of y'all are subscribed, and if you're not subscribed, click that big red button. It's youtube.com/chatsportstv. Let's go to Jacob, one of our most loyal watchers, and I know he subs. Should the Lions consider taking a quarterback if Tua or Herbert falls?
What do you think about this one? Because I actually have a very strong opinion.
I mean, if Matthew Stafford is healthy, I say no.
You say no regardless because of who's in charge in Detroit. It's Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn.
Okay.
They need to win. If they go 7-9 next year, 6-10,
What happened to
they're
Jim Bob
gone.
Cooter?
They are absolutely gone at that point. So you cannot spend a pick on a quarterback who isn't going to help you next year in lieu of adding an impact player on defense or even on offense, if that's right. We'll probably say defense at this point. And then the new regime comes in, and they didn't take your quarterback. That's how you end up wasting a quarterback draft pick in round one because it doesn't make sense for your current regime. And does the new regime want to be tied to a unknown at the position?